You know, there's nothing like a day at the beach in Mexico. Cold beer, warm sunshine, perfect fresh seafood. But of course, Mexico isn't just about sunny beaches, which is one of the reasons that a place like this, smack dab in the middle of one of the largest cities in the world, is so special. I mean, you know that Mexico's got two coasts, 5,000 miles of coastline, and there's practically nowhere in the country that isn't within a day's drive of the sea. So even in a place like Mexico City, fresh seafood can be a part of everyday life, served in a place just like this. Little beachside seafood restaurant with everything but the beach. And no matter where I go, in Mexico or at home, there's no more perfect expression of seafood's sunny appeal than a wonderful serving of this, ceviche. Just one bite, and I start to feel the sand between my toes. Now, when I'm in Mexico City and I'm in the mood for seafood, but I want a quick fix, well, I do exactly what I would do if I was in Acapulco, Puerto Vallarta, Playa del Carmen. I hit the street, and I'm going to take you to this place that is a great inland ceviche find. It's called El Caguamo, and it's just a little stall, 5 by 15 feet, right on a sidewalk in the old part of downtown Mexico City, the part that's called Centro Histórico. Now, in a place this tiny, they have to be really efficient in the way that they cook. I mean, they've got 3 different kinds of ceviche there. They've got one that's made with octopus, one that's made with crab, and another one that's made with fresh mackerel. But they put the exact same ingredients in each one. They put tomato, onion, green chili, and lime. Now, when you're eating most ceviches, you're not exactly eating raw fish. I mean, it'll be usually cooked by one of 2 methods. It'll either be cooked by putting it in lime juice, and then the lime juice itself sort of denatures the protein in the fish exactly the same way that cooking would do it, giving it a cooked texture. Or it'll be cooked by cooking it. It'll be blanched in water until it's tender. And they've got examples of both of those here. Now let me show you. They've got octopus, that's the first one there, and they simmer that octopus until it's tender, cool it off in the broth, and then slice it up, mix it with the other ingredients. Or they steam crab and then take it out of the shell and mix it with the ingredients. Or, in the last one, we've got fresh mackerel that's soaked in lime juice till it has a cooked texture, and then mix it with all of those ingredients. I've got an idea what I want to have. Señorita, por favor, me gustaría un cóctel campechano. I'm gonna stir up my 2 ceviche cocktail campechano and dig in. That really is all about the freshness. Since ceviche is all about freshness, well, here in the United States, you're going to have to find the freshest fish, and that's going to be the ones that they call sashimi quality fish. And they're going to store it on crushed ice in your refrigerator. Now, when they say sashimi quality, it means not only that it's incredibly fresh, but it's going to smell incredibly fresh, sweet. It's going to be glistening. It's going to be firm. Now, I'm going to show you how to make what is probably my favorite ceviche in the world. In fact, it's so my favorite that we've had it on our restaurant menu for the last 22 years. It works really good with a white fish. I've got a beautiful piece of halibut here, which is also probably my favorite fish for this particular ceviche. I'm going to cut it up into cubes that are a little bit less than half an inch in diameter. And then I'm going to squeeze some fresh lime juice. It'll take about a cup and a half of it to have this 1 pound of halibut float freely. Then chop up a small onion, add that to it. Cover it with plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator until it's as done as you like it to be. Now, what do we mean when we say the ceviche is done as much as you like? Well, the truth of the matter is that the lime juice actually cooks the fish the same way that heat does. So if you like your fish sort of medium rare, then you're going to let it marinate for about an hour or so. If you like it well done, 3 or 4 hours is what it's going to take. Now I'm going to uncover this and tip off all of the lime juice, mostly because this is a dry style ceviche that I'm making for you here. In Peru, they would season that lime juice and serve it in little shooters, but we're just going to discard it right now. And for flavorings, we're going to put a couple of these beautiful serrano chilies into a small food processor and chop it up along with some olives. Now I like to use the little manzanilla olives they like so much in Mexico. They come typically in jars, but I'm going to pour off the briny liquid that's on them and then put about 1/4 cup or so of them into the food processor with those little serranos. Now this is the base flavoring for our ceviche, kind of briny and spicy. Once this gets stirred into our marinated fish and onion mixture, I'm going to chop up some tomato, chop up some cilantro, and that ceviche is coming together. Now, a seasoning of salt is necessary in ceviche, but I also like to put just a touch of sugar. It kind of balances that natural acidity that you have with the lime juice. And then, again, since this is a dry ceviche, I'm going to give it a nice little coating of olive oil too. Just, I guess, underscoring the richness of the whole dish. Stir all of that together, and then I'm going to give it a little taste here. It's everything I love about ceviche. It's bright, it's bracing, it's spicy. The brininess of the olives are just fabulous. Now, the way I like to serve this drier style of ceviche is on tostadas. And if you cut tortillas into long triangles and then fry them, you got a really beautiful presentation going. You ever noticed how in raw and cured seafood dishes are these days? I mean, first there was the Scandinavian gravlax, and then after that, sashimi, the ultra fresh thin slices of fish served Japanese style with wasabi and soy sauce. Then everybody started talking about Italian crudos, and now on their lips seems to be Peruvian style ceviche. Muy bonito. Muchas gracias, señor. Okay, so Mexican ceviche, you know, the lime-cured fish, well, it's got a cousin that may just be the next hot thing in cool seafood preparations. It's called Aguachile. And, well, it literally translates just as chili water, and to tell you the truth, the preparation is just about that simple. It's a specialty of the west coast of Mexico, and it starts with ultra-fresh shrimp, and then you put a little salted lime juice on the top of it. Little serrano chili in this version of it has got some beautiful creamy avocado on that. Now, this dish, I think of it as sort of ultra-modern minimalism at its very, very best. You know, making shrimp in aguachile is perfect for your adventurous friends. It's always welcome when it's hot outside, and it's a super simple dish. But how do you know if you've chosen the right shrimp to serve raw in a preparation like this? Well, here's my suggestions. Number one, if you have environmental concerns and flavor concerns, always go for the shrimp that's wild caught rather than farm raised. And then if you buy high quality shrimp, and it's usually going to cost a little bit more, I have to say it's harvested and frozen right away, so it's perfect for this kind of preparation. But then you got to peel it, just like I did that one there, and then make a small slit down the back. And you may or may not find a little vein in there, a little dark intestinal tract that you're going to cut out. And then deeply butterfly the shrimp, completely like that. That's all you have to do for the preparation of the shrimp. Now I've already juiced some limes here. I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to make a little marinade. I've got lime juice here. I'm going to cut up a serrano chili, roughly, put it in my little mini food processor. You could also do this in a blender. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the processor and then pulse that until we get a nice chop. Okay, now in goes lime juice for our aguachile marinade. Boy, I can smell that green chili chop. Just let that go long enough to dissolve the salt. And I'm going to set this over here while we prepare one of these aguachile plates. Now I'm going to lay out our deeply butterflied shrimp. I think 5 of them will be a nice serving. Put that there. Then I'm going to give this a little taste to make sure that I got the right amount of salt, the lime juice to chili. Very bracing, very delicious. I'm going to pour that spicy, limey marinade over the shrimp, and then grab some cilantro and just pull the leaves off of it. It's looking beautiful, isn't it? Looks so incredibly fresh. Okay. Now for the real test here. Cilantro, some of the marinade. Boy, that takes me right back to Mexico.